What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And today we are going to be talking about a significant severe weather outbreak that has already started already, and it will continue for the next couple of days. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because, like I said, you can see on the top, it's not showing anything right now because it's the day for outlook, but it's going to switch on through. There is multiple days of significant severe weather that's going to happen, and maybe even a multi-day tornado outbreak that may unfold here. Now, before I start this video, I do want to apologize for not going live or just not making videos at all for almost an entire month now. I apologize for that. The reason for that is that I've been working on a overlay system that I've gotten. As you can see right there, it's working right now. I'm just testing it right now. Like I said, it's pretty accurate, or not pretty accurate. It's very accurate actually. It does look similar to like Ryan Hall stream and stuff, but it is made from a person named, I think their name was Cairo WX, I'm pretty sure. Great overlay system. By the way, if you're watching this video, Cairo, if you're, I don't know if that's your name or not, but thank you for making this. Honestly, this is a really good overlay system. I needed something to upgrade instead of manually putting out the alert system. Now I can get alert systems on my own now without even doing anything, and I can get alerted whenever there's a new tornado warning, and I don't miss anything. So thank you for that. It's gonna look so much better on streams, guys. I'm really excited to share this with you guys and just basically do live streams with you guys and help more people out that are going to experience significant severe weather like today. So that like I said, I'm hoping this looks more professional. I'm hoping this looks better than what my overlay system was last time. I hope everything looks good to you guys. But like I said, I'm still working on some things. I'm still editing some things right there in that area. But yeah, thank you so much. And without further ado, let's continue this video. So the reason why we're making this video today and the reason why we are going to go live today is because the day one convective outlook. Actually, let's take a look at that first before we get into the models. So this is your day one convective outlook, and as you can see, it's a pretty large enhanced risk of severe weather from almost Wyoming, northwestern, or yeah, western, southwestern Nebraska, northeastern Colorado, all the way down into close to Dallas, Texas, is where that enhanced risk stretches from. Then you have a large slight risk area that goes from central Missouri all the way to almost western Oklahoma, and it stretches from, like I said, Wyoming, extreme southeastern parts of Wyoming, all the way down to almost Midland, Texas, it looks like. And then you have that moderate risk right there in the middle. That is the area we need to watch carefully because that is where the most significant and most substantial tornado threat is in that moderate risk area. You also do have some slight risk areas right there. It's just peppered on Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia, and even Arkansas as well. So that got to be watched as well because that could, produce some isolated severe weather. But we are mainly talking about this. I mean, you can see there is a 10% hashed risk that stretches from Oklahoma all the way up to Kansas. Not quite in Nebraska. There's a 10% area of tornadoes, but not significant tornadoes. So that's a good thing for you guys up there. You don't want significant tornadoes, but still be on the lookout because you never know. In or outside the area that's at risk, you could get tornadoes. So it doesn't matter where you are. If you're close to the risk area, you can get tornadoes. I've seen this multiple times. It happens. But the main area, the bullseye area, is of course the 15% area, that red area. It's a very small area, but it's small for a reason because the storms that pops up there, from what the HRRR model is showing, they look disgusting. They look absolutely scary. Not trying to scare anybody or hype this up or anything, but they look like big storms, like the big hail producers, honestly. Like, I'm worried about the tornadoes, but the hail today is probably going to be insane. And that's why you have that 30% area of significant hail. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if you've seen 4-inch hail today, softball size hail. I wouldn't be surprised if you see that today, honestly. I mean, you've seen that. We literally seen that on Friday. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see that today. But yes, big 30% hashed area for significant hail, even a large 15% area, and including the hash area as well, a very large area of hail. So definitely the big threat today is definitely going to be the hail. Damaging wind risk is not quite, a substantial like the tornado threat and hail threat is. Today is more of a supercellular mode, which is not a good thing because that means more isolated supercell or more isolated storms. That means a higher chance, a higher ceiling fan for significant tornadoes today. So that's just nothing you really want to see here. And shoot, I'll even go into tomorrow as well. Tomorrow looks even maybe a little bit more significant than today, honestly. A very, very large 10% area. I mean, this entire 10% hatched area, that needs to be watched carefully. There's going to be a moderate risk in this area somewhere tomorrow. I'm going to call it now. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a moderate risk in this area. There's just everything is falling into place for a significant tornado outbreak tomorrow. Unfortunately, you do have a damaging wind risk. It's a 30% area, but not hatched out. That's, like I said, it's mostly because it's gonna be more of a supercell threat than a tornado threat tomorrow. And I mean, if you look at the hail here, like I said, a very, very large 30% area of significant large hail, like 2 inches in diameter, or even more than that, honestly. So tomorrow looks like it's going to be a more widespread substantial threat as well. So we really need to watch that very carefully here. And the reason for that is if you fast forward this here, this is around 12, 1 p.m., 2 p.m., 3 p.m. You're starting to get some storms pop up over here in northeastern parts of Oklahoma, even a storm down here in southern Oklahoma near Ada, it looks like. The pushes forward. Now you're going to get some more storms popping up right here. These are going to be some big storms, but nowhere near as big as the ones that's going to form in this area right here. Like I said, we're going to fast forward this a little bit more. This is it right here. So these storms, they have the potential to produce strong, long track tornadoes and maybe some very large hail and upwards, like I said, softball size hail. I wouldn't be surprised if you see that without a question. Take a sounding right here. And yeah, your tornado threat is going to start to increase a whole lot more. Your winds is varying with height. You have over 2,000 joules per kilogram. Your dew point's almost in the 70s, upper 60s, and your temperature is going to be 71 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's a pretty substantial environment today for some tornadoes here in Kansas. And to keep pushing this forward, this is where it starts to get concerning. You see these? See how it's isolated right here? This is what you don't want to see. These storms right here are going to produce some big boy hail today. And this is around, what is this? This is around 5 to 6 p.m. So we will be live around 5 to 6 p.m. covering this significant severe weather event today. And you push this forward, it's around 7 p.m. You got even more storms forming. So anywhere in these storms right here, in this like area corridor between northwestern Kansas to, north central Kansas or south central Kansas, sorry, not north central, south central Kansas, those areas have the highest chance of significant tornadoes today. I feel like, especially in like this area right here, this is where your moderate risk is at actually. So this area has the most substantial risk for significant long track tornadoes today. So we really need to keep that in mind. You guys saw what happened in Kentucky. We really need to be paying attention to the weather because, buddy, it's May. It is peak tornado season right now. The most famous tornadoes that happened this month. So we really need to just keep a close eye on all these storms. Okay, like I said, it's May. We got to keep a close eye on these storms because anything can happen in May, honestly. And then they even get bigger later on. This is around 8 p.m. This is Eastern Daylight Time, by the way. So back this up an hour. I know it says 11 a.m. Like I said, I have the time scheduled for Central Time for you guys in Kansas, so you guys can see your time or see what time it is still. But keep pushing this forward. Like I said, you still have big supercells that still produce some strong tornadoes, possibly in some areas. Hopefully, it happens in a rural area. Like I said, I don't know what's gonna happen today. Kansas is a very rural area or a very rural state, so hopefully, the tornadoes don't hit any towns or anything like that. This is around 11 p.m. As you can see, this is it starts to get a little bit more messy. The supercells start to die off a little bit. I mean, you still have this one isolated storm right here. But honestly, like I said, don't take the A-R model with a grain of salt. Like I said, it just give you an example of what could possibly happen later, not pinpointing where it's going to happen later. Just to keep that in mind. This is the next day now, and you keep fast forwarding this, and let's go actually to the central U.S. Actually, we're going to stay right here because the storms first initiate right in this area for the day 2 convective outlook. Like I said, tomorrow is going to be also a significant day for severe weather as well. Pushes forward. You got supercells popping up. This is around 3 p.m. tomorrow. So this is Eastern Daylight Time, by the way. Back this up an hour. And you keep pushing this forward. Got some big thunder boomers popping up right there. And they will get very significant, actually. I mean, look at that. And then you get your big storms right here. These are supercell thunderstorms right here that's going to pop up. Right here as well, up here in Nebraska, over here near the, Nebraska, Iowa, Missouri border. That area right there. And you keep pushing this forward. Like I said, there's a pretty substantial threat for tornadoes in this area. Like I said, you have a big line of storms that could produce QLCS tornadoes and even isolated supercells down here in Oklahoma and stuff like that. So it's a pretty widespread area from, like I said, Iowa, even in South Dakota, all the way down to Texas, almost. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't stop right here. There's a huge line of storms. Missouri's going to get slammed by this, by the way. So if you guys live in Missouri, I highly expect heavy rain and strong damaging winds in some places, and maybe even a couple of tornadoes here and there too. Keep pushing this forward, and this system should be out of there in this area from like Oklahoma and Kansas and stuff like that. But it's not done yet, because this is the next day, and there is a enhanced risk of severe weather over in this area right here, I'm pretty sure. So we need to watch that carefully as well, because I think that could also be a pretty substantial tornado risk as well. Like the last 2 days is gonna, the next 2 days is gonna be. So we definitely gotta watch this area as well for significant severe weather. And like I said, if the HRR doesn't go this far out, but let's look at the RFS route. This is the RRFS, I think, or yeah, RRFSA model, and I mean you can see that some of these storms do start to blow up. And look at that, right in this area where the enhanced risk is at, you got some big thunderstorms blowing up right here. When we get closer to this, we'll have more detail. Oops, sorry about that. We'll have more detail on what's going to happen. But this is what's going to happen for right now. This is what it's showing right now. So definitely keep that in mind. But honestly, guys, I have nothing else to talk about here. I do want to get this video up as soon as possible. It's like 12, yeah, it's like 12:28 for me right now. So we're nowhere near the event for right now, but I will be getting ready to go live for this event. Like I said, this is a pretty significant event that may unfold today, tomorrow, and even on Wednesday. Or sorry, not Wednesday, Tuesday. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for being patient too, for waiting for me to upload more videos. Like I said, I've been working on this overlay system. It works pretty well. And actually, we can do a test run maybe. Actually, no, we'll do it on stream. We'll do it on stream. Like I said, we will be live today. Before these storms start to form, around like maybe 5 or 6 p.m. I think this is when they form, and we'll talk more about this new overlay system and about these storms later on as well. So definitely be ready for that. But yeah, stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, because I will be live today for sure. So thank you guys, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until next time.